Hello. Yesterday class we discussed about started the third module. So we covered what is meant by the stack, how to assess the stacks. That is nothing but by using the push and pop instructions we discussed, and also some of the examples also we discussed in yesterday's class. So today we are going to start with the some instructions. Those are we are calling it as the call instructions. So that is the CALL. So this is the call instructions. Last week we started the jump instructions, arithmetic instructions, some instructions we studied. So like that also, one part of the stack or one part of the subroutines we are going to call it call instructions. So in this call instruction, these instructions we are going to use to call the subroutines. So here first we need to understand what is meant by the subroutine here. In simple way I will tell, in the C you are going to call it as the functions or procedures, yes or no. So similarly in the assembly programming also we are going to call it as function, procedure, or we are going to call it as the subroutine. So that means already we know that here I am going to write the one main program here. So here I will write the one main program. So I written the some instructions here beginning. So but intention of this program is I want to perform something like the A plus B. So that means I will give the some set of the values for A, some set of the values for B here. I want to perform the addition here. So at the time what will happen? If I give the only the two values or three values, at the time this is sufficient to your main program. I can finish it, no problem. But sometimes what will happen? If I give the A value, A for the A variable, I will give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the N, some number, maximum number if I give, something like N. So here also if I give the N for the set of the values for B. And what will happen here? If I want to perform this addition between these two numbers in the main program only, I can write I can write in such a way that if I take A is something like 2000 set of values, B also if I take 2000 set of values. So that means 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 up to 2000, here also 2000. Simple program, main program, simply I will write A plus B, A plus B, A plus B. I can write 2000 times I can write. That is also the correct way. I am not saying the wrong way. But if you write A plus B up to the 2000 times, what will happen? You are unnecessarily are going to increase the program's lines. So that means what will happen? Length of the program is becomes bigger in the sense what will happen? Unnecessarily you are going to wastage the memory spaces. But and also this is not the smarter way of writing the program. So in order to overcome this type of the issues, we are going to use for the concept of the subroutine. So subroutine is nothing but we can call it as function or procedure also. Subroutine is nothing but it is also consisting of the set of the instructions. So that means here some of the instructions are written. That means set of the instructions. It is going to help for execution for the n number of many times. That means many times we can execute the same instructions also. So for example here, so whatever I said addition here, is it clear? So I written simply the addition program here. In subroutines, I written some A plus B, some small program I written here. Is it clear? So in main program, whenever you want to perform the addition here, in between the sum of the other lines, if you want to perform the addition, simply I will call this function. So simply I will call the function means what will happen? If I call this function, one more thing you already know that whenever the execution, it will be take place in the line by line execution. That means first it will take the first line and second line, third line. So whenever if you want to perform the addition here, at the time which line is occur here, addition line is occur, at the time it will terminate, it will pause the execution here, again it will come back to this function. So again once it completes the execution here, again it will come back to where the program is paused. It will come back here, again the execution will be get continued. Again if you want to execute this subroutines here, what will happen? Again once this function it occur here one more time, it will pause the execution, again it will come back to your subroutine. Again it will complete this task. After completion of this task, again it will come back to the main program wherever it is paused. Is it clear? So that means this way if we are going to write the program, this is the concept of the subroutines. So that means if you are making like this, your program become very neat structured manner, and also it is the perfect way of writing the programs. And second thing what will happen, your main program only it consisting of the many of the subroutines. Many of the subroutines are many of the instead of calling sometimes subroutines also we are called as the modules also. Many consisting of the many of the modules. So many of the modules here. One more thing you need to understand, in the company side, what they will do here, these subroutines, this main one, the small program is equal. Small program means it is also having this many of the number of lines. This one of subroutines, they will give the one group to write this program. So if the main program consisting the 5 subroutines means one subroutine function they will give the one team programmer. Second subroutine they will give the one more second team of the programmer. So third, fourth, up to the fifth subroutine also they will give the fifth team. That means 5 subroutine means 5 teams are there to write the program and to make the testing. So what will happen here, if they do the work like this, at the development time for the programming it becomes very short, because all the teams are writing the individual subroutines. Once the completion of the writing all the models, all the subroutines for all the teams, again they will link with or they will write within the main program itself. So that means time to take the development of the any program or any product, it will become the very short. So by using the subroutine concept, this is very important, and try to understand this, because in the entire model I am going to call it as subroutine. So what is mean by subroutine, you should know it. So here we are going to call the sum. We are going to use some of the instructions to call the subroutines. So this is main thing here. And so already I said by using the subroutines we can make the program it is a structured manner, as well as always parallel also we can save the memory also. That is the main intention of the subroutines. Second thing is, what are the instructions are available to call the subroutines? There are 2 instructions are there. One is the lcall, lcall. One more is the acall. So acall. L stand for long, call means call, so long call. A stand for absolute, this is call, absolute call. So that means if anybody asks it, what are the call instructions in the 805 for subroutine, means there are 2 are there, lcall, one was the absolute call. So we need to study the one by one. Let me start with the lcall first. So in the first one, lcall also it is a 3-byte instruction. Sometimes they can call it as write the short note on these instructions. So very important. This is a 3-byte instructions. This one also is studied in the last week of the previous model. So 3-byte instruction means it consisting of the 3 byte. So first byte it is going to cover about the opcode. Opcode is nothing but operating code. So you need to understand what is meant by the operating code. For example, if I write one instruction here, move a comma hash immediate value. So second one is also move or not comma hash immediate. So that means if you are going to write the one instruction like this, is it clear? Your microcontroller only it will generate the sum of the numbers or sum of the operating code. That means if you are going to write this fashion, move a comma hash immediate, it will generate the one number here, 74. Similarly, if you are writing this way, move or not comma hash immediate, so here also it will generate the one code here. That means one number, this 78. So that means there are n number of way of using the instructions are there. For that equivalently it is going to generate the some number. So that means you need to understand whatever it generating automatically it will generate. It is not from the user side. So that means it will generate here this number. So that means this number we are going to call it as this is the opcode, operating code. So operating code, that means once it will generate your the assembler here, that means your microcontroller assembler, that means by using this operating code your the microcontroller comes to what should I do. You are going to tell like that, I need to perform the move the some value, immediate value to the accumulator. If you say directly this one, your microcontroller doesn't understood. So how can I make the understand here? The programming part only, so in the assembler only it will generate the some operating code, that is 74. By using this 74, your microcontroller comes to know, okay, 74 stand for moving the data immediate to the accumulator. So then by using this operating code, your microcontroller comes to know that what should I do, what should I can do. So that is the meaning of your operating code. So different set of the instruction, they are going to generate the different operating code. By using this operating code, your microcontroller comes to know what should I do. So this is the, we are going to call it as the operating code. So that means out of 3 bytes, first byte it will be the opcode. So that means by using the operating code, it will help to identify what should do. Second and third bytes are used for addresses of the target of the subroutine. So already I said subroutine is nothing but I am going to write the small program there. So what is the address for that? So that one it is going to help to add with the second and third byte. So that means you need to understand second and third bytes are used for the address of the target address. So our address of the target address, in the sense it is mainly the 2 byte. 2 byte is nothing but 16 bits. 16 bits are used for the address to call the subroutines. So here also you can, one more thing you need to understand, lcall can be used to call the subroutines which is located anywhere within the 64k bytes. So that means already we know that memory we can interface maximum up to the 64k memory. So that means you can write this subroutines anywhere within the 64. That means by using the lcall, L stands for long. Long means maximum we can make it a 64k memory interface. That means we can call the subroutines anywhere within the 64k bytes of the address space of the 8051. So next one, what will happen, in every subroutines there should be the RET instruction at the last instruction. This is, so that means I return the sum of the instruction in subroutine. When you are going to finish up the subroutine there, at the last one of the line I need to include the RET. RET stands for the return instruction. So how it is going to help, everything I will explain with the example, but just to remember this one. And one more very important, your stack, already previous class I said stack also it helps to hold the data as well as the address. So it is not only helps to hold the data, even though it can helps to hold your the addresses also. Is it clear? So these are the main important points in the lcall. So how to make use of the RET, how to use the subroutines, everything I will explain with one example. Let us start. So one program example I written here. What is this one? Write a program to toggle all the bits of the port 1. So already you know that port 1 is nothing but 8 bits are there. So here is asking like that, you have to toggle all the bits of port 1, means all the 8 pins you have to make it toggle. So by sending the to it values 55H, that means first time you need to send the 55H. 55 is nothing but 0101, 0101. So that means 4 digit. So that means respect to 8 digits respect to 8 pins. First I need to send the 55, then later I need to send AAH. So that means I need to make toggle, means first 55 has to glow here, then later AA it has to glow for the port 1 continuously. And put a time delay in between each issuing data to port 1. So that means when you are going to send the 55H here, so after completion of 55H, when it moves to AA, I need to give the some delay. So that one he is calling, write the delay program. Why you need the delay means when you are making the observation, I need to make it clear whether it is blinking 55 or whether it is blinking AA correctly. That means switching from 55 and AA here, I need to give the some delay program. So that is the intention of this example here. So I will explain this one how to write. So here I written, this is save org40h and this is also end. This is every time it is same. In between I am going to write the program. So what will happen here? Move a comma hash 55h. So already know that 55H I am loading to the accumulator A. So again next line, move P1 comma A. So what is the content of the A here? 55. So here P1 stands for, this is a port. Already you know that there are 4 ports are there, P0, P1, P2, P3. So here I am sending the values of the accumulator, that means 55H I am loading to the port, that is the P1. Is it clear? So that means you are the port 1, it is blinking with the 55H. 55H is nothing but 0101, 0101. So this is a 4 bit, this is 4 bit, total 8 bit. So port 1 is also having the 8 pins are there. 8 pin is nothing but first 0 pin value, this one. first pin this one, so on. So 7th pin will be the 0 value. So this way 55 are loaded, your the port 1 is blinking, this one 55. So next one, I need to switch to the double A. So double A is nothing but what is the value of the double A? 1010, here 1010. I need to switch from here to here. But in between these two, I need to give the some delay here to make the clearance in between the switching here. So for that, I will use the lcall delay. This is a call function, long call. Delay is, I am going to use the some label here. Only this instruction is the lcall long call delay. This is the label. Where I written the delay label here, I written the delay label here. So that means execution will be the line by line execution. It will complete this line and this line. Whenever this line is occur, it will pause your program here only. It will pause and it will come back to the delay. Where the delay means again your execution will be transferred to the delay. It will come to here. Clear? So what is the delay here? I written move R5 comma hash 0 double FH. So that means I am loaded the double FH. Double FH is nothing but 0 to 250. That means 250 value. FF is nothing but 256. So that means I am going to start the count with 0 to 255. So that means this value is the 255. It is going to load in the R5. So next what I written, again colon DJNZ R5 comma again. So that means decrement jump not 0. So that means already we discussed it perform the two operations. First it perform decrement. Later it will compare jump not 0. After the decrement, that value whether it is equal to 0 or not. Which register? R5 register. So what is the value of the R5? FF means I will take here to 255. Is it clear? So that means first it perform decrement. So decrement means nothing but 255 minus 1. So that means 254. Clear? So 254 here, what will happen? 254 again it will check jump not 0. But this value is not equal to 0. At the time what will happen? I need to make the jump. I need to make jump when not 0. This is not 0. I need to make jump where the label, this label depends on this label. Again, where is again? Again I written here only. So that means again it will come back here. Again it will execute the same instruction. DJ and Z. So what is the value of the previous one? 254. Again minus 1. Now 253. Now it is 253. Again it will check 253 whether it is equal to 0 or not. No, it is not 0. So again this condition is true. Again it has to jump where the label again. Again means it will repeat. That means it will repeat continuously. When the R5 values becomes equal to 0. R5 values become 0 means what will happen here? At the time this condition becomes fail. Because it is not going to make the jump. Because already it will become 0 here. When it will become 0, this condition is fail. Then it will come to the RET. So that means already I said this is a subroutine program. I written RET. That means RET last instruction should be there. Once the RET is occur, what is happen? Your execution will transfer back to your main program only. So main program means where it is stopped here. So where it is stopped here? It is stopped in the here only. For my explanation, I can say, okay sir, here it is stopped. But internally how it is going to work here, that is the main part here. So once the RET is occur, so again the execution will be transferred back to the where it is further here. Is it clear? Once it come back here, again the continuation it will follow. So what is the next line here? Move A comma hash 0 double FH. That means previous value 55H is there. By using the sum delay function, again 55H is replaced by the double A. Double A is nothing but 101010. It loaded to the P1. So again value P1 is having this value. Again I need to switch to the 55 alternatively. So again in between these two I need to call the sum delay function. For that I loaded the 51, again lcall delay. So once the lcall delays occur, again you are the switch is transferred to the delay function. Again it will execute the same thing. Once it complete here, again what will happen? It will come back to your wherever you forwarded. So just I forwarded main program here. Clear? So after completion of this one, SJM bank. So this is a short jump back. So already we discussed this instruction also. This is short jump. Short jump is nothing but I need to make the small jump where label back. Where is the back here? Again back is here. Again it will come back to here. So what will happen the program here? So program again it will start with the previous only. Previous means again it will load the 55H. So that means again it will switch from AA to 55H. Again your program is repeat. Clear? So this way we are going to write the subroutines program with the help of the alcol delay and this is presently I am looking for only the alcol delay. Is it clear? So this is very important and try to make the practice. So here I explained this about how to working this program. So one more need to understand here concept, that is already I said alcol delay once occur your program execution will transfer here. After completion of this set again it will come back to your main program. Is it clear? So here I have given the some ORG 300H. So this is ORG 400. So that means this is my main program. I return again sub program with the some other addresses. So that means it is separate somewhere. Or we can write it continuously or no problem. But here main concept is whenever the alcol delay occurs, is it clear? So that time program it will pause here, it will goes to the execution here. But second thing is whenever the program has to come back here for main program, question will be there where exactly I need to start from execution again. So that is the main question. So how to work here internally is by using the stack concept. By using the stack here. So stack means what will happen? Whenever this call instruction is occur, is it clear? So which one is the line is the next line here? So next instruction is the move a comma hash d0HH. So that means whatever this address will be there, whatever the address of the next line of the call instruction, listen very careful, whatever the instruction address of the next instruction below the alcol. So alcol is here, below the instruction means below this line means move a comma this one. So whatever this address is there, so this address it is going to store in your the stack. So this address it will store in your the stack only. So once it stored in stack, what will happen? Again program execution will come to the subroutine. So after the completion of this program, is it clear? So again what will happen? It will come to the come back to the stack here. So stack is nothing but whatever the address is there, it will popped in the sense what will happen? It retrieve this address and loaded to your the program counter. Because program counter already you know that program counter is nothing but it will hold the address of the next line which is ready for execution. So here what will happen? Program counter it will previous line is executed this one. So what is the next line here? So next line this one. So program counter it hold the address of this line. But what will happen whenever it's switching from here to here? At the time this address it is going to get erased by the program counter because again it will goes to some other memory address. At that time stack it will hold the address of the which line is after the alcol. So alcol is having the address here. So once it completes the subroutine again it will come back to the previous here. At the time what will happen? It will perform the popping operation. Popping is nothing but retrieve the address of the next line into the program counter. So it will hold into the program counter. So that means it comes to know that okay next instruction itself this address is nothing but what is this address of this line. Again your the execution will be get continuation. Is it clear? So this way it is going to work here. So this is very important. That means the stack it doesn't hold only the data, it will hold the addresses also. Is it clear?